timeforanything.com. Check it out.
Right?
Right.
Right or no?
You just hit it right now.
What?
You did it.
Oh, I did?
We're doing it now.
We're doing it now?
I guess.
I didn't even realize I hit record. Well, we're
I saw you
again.
doing. You were looking at me. I was like,
It's recording.
Are you doing it?
Here again
doing a thing.
on Time for Anything with
We're doing a
another
thing.
mini thing of Anything Goes.
We're doing anything.
Time for Anything, the podcast
We're
about the
going
game of
anything.
life. We're going anything.
Yeah.
Podcast about the game of life. Whatever. I don't know, man.
Diego Maradona died.
I don't know who that is.
Rest in peace. He is an Argentinian soccer player. Well, it used to be.
What was his name again?
Diego.
Oh, Diego.
Diego Maradona. He's one of the best soccer players. It's either him or Messi as best soccer player from Argentina, which is, one second.
I've always heard that Messi was... You just hear that name all
Yes.
the time.
Isn't that incredible?
Yeah.
I was telling you the other day about how
Wait,
I
Lionel
know
Messi, right? That's his name?
Yeah.
Yeah, okay. Yeah, right?
But
Like, I don't...
like you,
But I know nothing about soccer.
And there's nothing wrong with that. I watch soccer when I can. I mean,
Yeah.
the American channels aren't really set up to get soccer. Like you can watch NBC, which actually is like kind of paving the way for soccer entering the U.S.
Okay.
But that's like big games, and you only get one.
James has returned with water. Hello, James. Hello.
And it's only Premier League. Soccer's an incredible sport, and it's a shame that a lot of Americans don't like really understand how significant soccer is like globally.
But not even globally. Well, I'm sorry. I mean, not only globally, but it's weird how it's not a thing in America. It is. It is. Soccer's
It's
a
getting
thing.
to be.
But
I would
American
say.
football to us is what soccer or football is to the rest of the world, right?
Yes, it's like their national sport, you could say.
Yeah, it's crazy.
Like
how
there are certain
big it is
countries that
everywhere
are just
else.
powerhouses for producing talent, like Brazil is incredible at soccer, just as a country.
We dump all our money into tons of other sports. Like the companies are more invested, not we as in the government, but the sports companies are more interested in advertising things like football in America, not soccer.
But like
It's weird.
Soccer players make money on a different level. Like Cristiano Ronaldo, that's another name that probably rings
sounds
a bell
familiar,
to you.
yeah.
So it's Lionel Messi and Cristiano Ronaldo are the best players of like our generation of soccer. Like they have been good since the early 2000s, and they'll probably be good for at least another 4 years each. And then like Cristiano Ronaldo they're kind of like a dichotomy, and I think it's great for the game because like Cristiano Ronaldo is technically gifted, like he's world class, but he is an athlete. Like he has like a 45-inch vertical. There's a header that like he
Wait, how's that possible?
Oh dude, it's okay.
That's insane.
We'll do flies. Header. Yep. Flying header. This was incredible. If anyone... Oh, and there's the audio. That's enough for fair
Ronaldo
use.
scores insane goal with giant leap.
Yeah, so, like, this is the 45-inch vertical I'm talking about. They actually put, like, a cardboard cutout and, like, measured how high he jumped. And, like, put it somewhere, like, on a street in a town. And people were trying to jump to, like, reach. Dude, it's insane.
It's way too high.
It just happened already. Like, oh my god. Okay. Here we go. James? It's athletically next level. Like, people just can't do this. 99% of the world cannot just do this. So this is a cross.
Wow.
They zoom in. He hangs like that. He's 36, by the way, here.
Really?
Yes. Like, other people retire, or, like, he's 34. He's in his mid-30s. He's been a professional soccer player since he was 17, Phil. There's a 16-year-old that plays for Barcelona right now, next to Lionel Messi, 17.
I think The athletes of soccer are more impressive to me personally in general more than American football players.
Yes.
They have... I don't know what it is, but they just seem more in shape than people who play football, especially because a lot of them want to be big to block.
Right.
I was having this similar conversation with Rohan and Matt the other day, and while I don't really follow sports, one point that came up was football, American football, requires only knowing a certain amount of plays, right? It's a play-by-play sport.
Yes.
Action stops after a few seconds of a play.
You have
it's a long run, maybe a few.
It's very
up to a
formulaic.
minute.
It's strategic.
Right.
Yeah.
It's like, yes, you can have like game-breaking athletes that just kind of in the same way. Like, don't get me wrong, dude. Like football players, especially skill positions, incredibly athletic. But soccer is cardiovascular. So, like, soccer players are built for speed.
Yeah.
Think of it as a
Yeah.
build.
They
It's
have
the
to be
same way
constantly running around and moving. They don't get all those
It's
breaks.
the same way with rugby, with hockey.
Mm.
You know, there's sports out there that are not play-by-play. I think most sports. Baseball is also play-by-play.
That's so
Sort
true.
of. Sort of. It's
Well,
it's
I
a
mean, in a
different
way, yeah.
it's a different play-by-play,
Mhm.
right?
Because it could go anyway.
there's also movement between plays, right? A runner can run,
Yes.
or like somebody can run a base.
Isn't stealing bases considered playing
yeah.
dirty?
No,
I mean, it
No.
doesn't.
Really?
not at all.
I always thought it was kind of frowned upon.
If you can steal
No,
a base,
no, it's
like
part of the game.
that's where your athletes are. Like baseball, people give it a lot of flack because there are positions that don't really require much athleticism. Like a first baseman, like who was big? Prince Fielder, like would crank home runs, like just absolutely destroy balls, and then.
Well, not stealing bases and then
You would
going
play
from first
first
to
base.
second. I just mean in between when plays are happening, right? You dash to the next spot and kind of take it when they're not paying attention.
Yeah. Yeah. you can
That's
do
not
that.
frowned upon.
It doesn't happen often because it's difficult.
It's so
to
difficult to do, especially how big actual baseball diamonds are compared to a place that you play
Yeah.
at your park.
Yeah, and coaches have hand signals, right? They can tell you what's happening, sort of.
Right.
In like through sign, essentially.
Yeah, you get if you're on first base, you're looking at your coach on third base, and he's doing stuff like
Oh yeah, their hand things.
my coach in youth would touch his hat. So if he said if he would lift his hat, and kind of like, or like he would clap, that meant something, and I'm like, oh shit.
Yeah, that's nuts.
It was cool, but it's all strategy at the end of the day. Like, you have different athletic builds for what game you're playing. So soccer, they run like 5 miles. This fucking dude is a soccer player. Adama Traore. Just absolutely jacked. And he plays a position that requires a lot of running. But he's just a freak athlete. Like, here's the same dude. Well, this is Cristiano Ronaldo.
Dude's ripped.
Just as a human being, like, that's just incredible. Scary.
Yeah, that's true.
You don't just see people walking
Yeah.
around looking like that. But humans love strategy. We love games that,
I mean, chess is.
Yeah.
You know, one of that concept is one of the oldest games.
And then I think about games like Civ and Company of Heroes, and it's top-down strategy. No matter,
Right.
It's some are more limited than others, but either way, you're strategizing.
Yeah.
And you even do that with first-person shooters. Look at people who are super professional with CSGO and
Absolutely.
Siege.
CSGO is a big strategy game, also. It's kind of weird.
Yeah, it was
could you
always
explain that to me? Because I've never played.
it's always taken. James knows more about it than I do, and Cortland knows the most
Cortland
out of
definitely
anyone
knows
we
the
know.
most,
Cortland. Okay, my XCOM 2 to me is CS:GO to Cortland, but he played more. Because it's been out for I don't even know how long. What, like 10 years now?
easily, I think.
And they've
Definitely when
updated
we
it to
were
the
in
point
high
where it
school.
doesn't look next gen, but it
It
looks like it came out
looks
in
good.
2012 or
I mean,
something. It
I
doesn't
know
look
what you
bad.
mean. I know
It
what
doesn't
you
look
mean.
bad.
I've seen like clips, but I've never played the game.
Have you ever heard of Valorant?
Yes.
Okay. Have you seen gameplay of Valorant?
Yes.
Okay, so imagine if you just took. This is a bad example, but the art style of Call of Duty and then made the mechanics play like Valorant, but no special abilities. The way people shoot.
I think COD graphics are a lot different now.
Yeah, that's very true.
Valorant kind of looks Borderland-ish.
Yeah. It looks like
like
Borderlands
Overwatch. It
mixed
looks
with
like-
Overwatch
it looks like
with the
Overwatch.
gameplay of CSGO.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's weird. So anyway, but it plays very primitively on most whatever they means.
That's what it. No, that's what it feels like.
Because you
I
can't aim down
understand.
sights on almost any gun, so
Mhm.
you just hit fire the whole time.
Yeah.
There's certain like
But there's bullet patterns. There's a spray pattern. At least
For
in
every
CSGO,
gun, right?
In CSGO, there was a specific spray pattern. You knew where the next bullet was going to go.
But it does not change per gun. It's just that
It
way.
does change per gun.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Oh, so it goes the exact same way every time.
So
Oh.
if you're tap firing with an AK-47 and you fire one bullet, you can predict where the next bullet is going to be in your crosshair.
Because it goes the same way every time.
Right.
The recoil.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean the weapon bloom, like the bullet bloom.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because I think in games like Siege, it's more procedurally generated as you fire, in the sense where, yeah, you might have a general pattern of how your gun recoils,
Yeah.
but it doesn't
But it's also
recoil the
more-
same way every time.
It's also more centered on your crosshair then. Well, I guess if you're aiming down sights, that's sort of the difference.
Yes, I get what you mean. But I think if you just hold the trigger in full auto, it'll go a different way
Yeah.
every time.
Right.
Whereas CSGO, it will go the same predictable path every time.
Right.
So then you can learn how to shoot efficiently.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah, man.
yeah.
interesting.
But I don't know. It's just it's a classic among
Yeah.
people
It's
because
also about map awareness and pathing,
Mhm.
being places. Like League of
That's
Legends
just-
is also
I was
strategy.
just gonna say League of Legends big update. I've heard.
Yeah.
I don't
Very
play. A lot of my friends do.
I think they call it League 2 now.
They talk about it. What?
about League.
Yeah. I've
Never been a fan.
I don't understand.
It's
a word they're
actually
saying.
a lot more fun now.
I understand the appeal. I've just never been a
It was
fan.
very difficult to learn before this update. Right?
Oh?
Like
What changed?
the market, they added different items,
Oh.
and now it
How
actually
items are
it
used.
just recommends you builds based on who you're fighting against. So instead of knowing I should be going AD heavy on magic resist, you just have the item in front of you and you say, well, I guess I should build this because it's good against this character that is killing me a lot.
Huh.
None of it makes sense.
No, that makes sense though.
What? Okay, that makes sense. But like, I guess you just would have to sit down and play and learn.
It also
Well,
helps
yeah.
to like watch other
Yeah.
streamers and professional players, and there's builds online. If you want to learn a character, you just go to a website and you say what works well on this character and why, and then you
Looking up
learn
League
what
of
all the
Legends now?
abilities do.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's been a thing with games. People are just looking up.
It goes
Because all the
deep.
information
Like
is online.
League goes super deep. I like there will just be tangents
The initial
of
release
conversation
date was
that I can't participate in because I don't know anything about this game. And like it's cool, like they'll sit there and talk about it and like they're having a good time, but I'm just like, yeah, you're just speaking a different language. Like
Yeah. I don't play much League. I used to, like I think junior year, I would essentially come home from work, drink some beer, and
college?
play League of Legends. Yeah.
of college and play
Yeah,
League
yeah.
of Legends. That's fine.
came out in 2009.
Yeah, it did. It's 11 years old.
Riot Games, they bought Rocket League. No, Epic Games did.
Yeah, Epic Games.
Riot Games, what else they got? What else are they
Valorant.
doing?
Valorant's Riot Games.
Oh,
Yeah.
is that them trying to get into that, like, yeah.
Oh yeah, and it was huge.
It worked. Valorant blew up.
It's I
and
think
it's still going.
one of 2 games that they've ever really done. League of Legends and Valorant, and both are way too big. Riot's not the best company.
Dude,
They had a whole like workers problem where they're like, there was some strike.
Games?
Yeah. there
Oh,
was a
you
strike
mentioned
a
this to me
little while
before.
ago.
Yeah. Remember when okay, so Derek, Lauren's fiance Scott,
Yes.
he was on Halo the other day when I was on Discord with James, and he messaged me because I was playing Halo and he was playing Halo, and he was like, "Yo, play with us." So James and I hopped on with Scott and his friend Logan, and remember how good I used to be at Halo Reach?
Yes.
I would get probably 30 out of the 50 kills in Team SWAT.
Mm-hmm.
I would trash. I was so good because I used to play Halo all the time. We jumped in with Scott and Logan, and they play hardcore, and they are so good.
Yeah.
They each got about 20 kills, and James and I got like 9, 3, 5, and they trashed. And they're like, "Oh, guy coming mid, guy coming mid." They're like, "Phil, grab that sword, cover me," and we're moving in, and they're going for power weapons, and we are moving as a unit. So there's just 4 of us sticking together, going down hallways, blasting dudes. Because usually, 1 or 2 guys runs up on you, and when you got 4 moving in a pack, you just destroy them. So you just move in a pack on Team Slayer the whole time, and you just kill.
That actually happened to me. I played one of the Halos multiplayers, whatever one my corrupted game allowed me to. And we played this team. And they just did exactly that. And I never wanted to play the game again. I was like, I clearly forgot how cheese people are at this game. And I used to play...
That happened in the first game that we played ranked.
Yeah.
We got
cheesed
wrecked hard.
Yeah.
It was capture the flag. They beat us 3-1.
Yeah. No, 3-0.
No, it was
No,
3-1.
it was 3. It was 3.
It was
Oh,
3-1,
you got
I
one?
think. Yeah, but they were wrecking us.
Yeah. I played MLG Lobby with a friend of mine on Halo Reach way back in the day, and I would probably get 2 kills if I was lucky. And those kids were just...
I mean, they don't play MLG, but I liked the way that they made us feel that we were moving as a team. Because I'd always move on Logan, and then Logan and I would be together. We'd almost play at doubles sometimes, in a way. Because I know that as soon as I saw James, I'd just hop on James, and I was like, all right, let's move together. Because if I see one of my teammates, you just bunch up. Because the more of you there are together at one time, you just move around together and just kill everyone. But capture the flag is a whole nother game. That was so hard.
Yeah, it was.
We got wrecked.
Yeah.
Because I remember Scott, you can see what they're playing with now, and we're like all mouse and keyboard, and we go, oh, they're all controllers, they're on Xbox, we're going to trash them. We got wrecked. Destroyed. These Xbox players just, they're hardcore, man. They were good.
Yeah.
They were a clan, weren't they? Like at least 2 of them or 3 of them, I think. I don't
sure.
remember.
Yeah.
But
Never underestimate the controllers, man.
it's honestly so true. It's because it has auto aim.
Oh my god, here we
Mouse
go.
and keyboard. No, it does.
Go.
No,
It's
in Halo
easier
it
to
literally
aim with
does.
a mouse.
Right, but in Halo, if you're standing straight and someone walks past you and you have a controller, your crosshairs will track them like a little bit without you even doing anything.
Yes.
So it literally has target tracking.
Yes.
So that's why with a controller in
extent.
Halo, you're better sometimes.
Yeah, I mean, you have to give... Because you're using 2 separate sticks to aim on a controller. Whereas, with a mouse, you are literally just well, no, it's not. It's the right stick.
Yeah, the right
To
stick that
aim.
aims. And then you're
But
using
it's-
WASD to move, like if you would with a controller, use the left stick.
I don't know, I guess having your whole hand on it is a different kind of, I don't even know how to describe it, with your dexterity, with a mouse, is just cleaner than with your thumb.
I think
Not to say
because
that people aren't.
You can put it on a lower DPI and a lower sensitivity and move your mouse further, but make more precise
Movements, yeah.
movements.
Like you might move your hand this far if you want to drag a shot, but you're that's what Logan was saying when he was playing with us. He was saying that he keeps his sensitivity crazy low.
Yeah.
Because he just moves it a lot then when he wants to move a lot, but it helps him make such precise shots.
Right. It makes sense. I play with a couple friends who have their sensitivity on console at Insane. And I guess if you are that good at the game to where you can play on Insane and just like hit your shots and actually like be a good player, go ahead. I cannot aim like that.
I will say with some games, after playing PC, I have to have my sensitivity up all the way on console. Because sometimes I just feel like I turn too slow. So it could be the same thing for them, is they just are processing it in a similar way where it feels so like you move so much, but they're
Right.
still so precise.
I turn it up typically. Like whatever the default is, I'm probably like +4 of whatever that number is.
I used to keep mine
At
on
least.
6, but now I would probably play like 8 or 10 on console.
It's really, I mean, it's fast. It's maybe just me. Maybe I'm just really slow with like reaction,
I don't know.
but it just seems kind of like difficult.
Huh.
People do it though. People put in hours for video games, days.
Mm-hmm.
I liked the competitive scene when I was younger playing Halo, because in high school, when I was 15, playing Halo was all I had to worry about besides eating, sleeping, going to school, and hanging
Right.
out with my friends. So it was just Halo in my free time,
Yeah.
which sucks, but that's what it was. And it was fun, but now I can't play games like that much. So
Well, you can socialize and play games better than you ever could when you were in high school. I mean, yeah, you had Xbox parties, but like with Twitch and Discord, like
now there's crossplay between a lot of games.
yeah,
You
exactly.
can play with your console friends if you have PC for some. That's crazy.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
We do it. We did it for Rocket League
Yeah.
one day. That was fun. Rocket League definitely. You'll play some games where, like, you're kind of wondering how are these kids ranked in my rank, and that's not even like they're just bad. Like the ranking system's weird, and then you'll play another team that is just disgusting. Like we went on. I think we won more games than we lost.
I think so. Yeah.
Which is solid, I guess.
Yeah.
But there
It's
will
a
be
good
days.
day.
Yeah.
It's a good day.
Yeah. Yeah, but like then you can't take into account people either deranking or smurfing.
Oh, yeah.
I do know a grand champion who has a Smurf account that's diamond. He's literally in like the top 500 of the game for console.
It's ridiculous.
Wow.
It's ridiculous.
He
The
has
top
put
500. You know how many people
like
play that game?
dude,
Oh,
like
I think over.
oh my god, he has like 20,000 goals. It's like all my leaderboards are just him at the top by like a disgusting margin. And then it's actually you, or it can be Liam's pretty good at the game too. But there are a lot of Liams out there, so you know who you are.
Dude, what did you guys use to chat when you were doing PC to console? Did you just use Discord?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Why is there not a Discord app on console?
That's what I was wondering. I think there is one on Xbox, but it's not good. I was hoping that
I don't think there is one.
There might not be. I thought there was, but there might not be.
I don't know what the next gen consoles have.
Yeah,
I don't know.
I was hoping the next gens had a Discord thing, but I don't know. I haven't heard anything about that. I can't really imagine they would. Discord is pretty much a PC mobile app.
Yeah, I was gonna say there's something with Discord that just I think it works best with PCs.
Yeah.
Like the app is pretty good.
The app is usable
Yeah.
in the sense that you can see the chats and reply and
I've never even had a
Turning my
problem with the app.
notifications on.
Yeah.
Big game changer in the Discord game.
I always liked,
The game of life.
the game of life. I always liked Discord's interfaces for PC and
Yeah.
phone. I kind of think that they work pretty great.
yeah.
They were confusing to learn at first, I will say that.
What's up?
Discord's interfaces. I was like, wait,
Yes.
go to the what? Go to the channel. If you don't know what that is, you're thinking, what channel?
Yeah.
And you like the
Yeah,
channel's
there it
on the
is.
left, and I'm like, I don't know what that means. That's how I felt playing Valorant with you and Court and Emma. You're just saying stuff that I have no idea what you mean. You're like, buy that for him? What? Phil, go to the menu and buy it for him. I've never done that. I don't know what you're talking about. I was so confused. Like, what do you mean buy a gun for who? For who? And they're like, a teammate. What?
Oh, man.
You just don't... It's funny how easy people make fun of other people for not knowing quote-unquote simple things. Because some people just never learn them.
But we were saying the buy menu.
I know.
And you know what the buy menu is.
I know what the buy menu is, but then I didn't even see anything with clicking on a guy. It's like over on the left, and it's just, I don't know. It's just, there's so much other stuff to look at when I've only played the game twice, so I don't even know the menus as it is.
Yeah.
And then I open one, I'm like, I don't even know.
Your menus.
You have to learn.
You gotta learn
I know.
the interface as you use it. It's
James, I know how to play the game.
Have you guys ever played Sea of Thieves?
I haven't.
Oh my god.
I wanted to get it, but somebody was like, it's not as active as it used to be.
No, it's not. During quarantine it was, because it was on the Game Pass. And me and my friends would play. And so like you can be like very active in the game. Like they all play the game a lot. I would jump in occasionally. And since I didn't really play the game a lot, you can get drunk in the game. So, like, there's, like, a beer barrel, like, down underneath, I don't know what it's called.
Because you fight on ships in the middle of the ocean, right?
It's your ship, too, which is, like, super cool. Like, my friend had, like, 4 cannons on each side, and it was, like, a hot pink and blue ship with a crazy, like, dragon. I think you either buy it or you do missions. And, like, that's kind of the whole thing is, like, you go to these islands, because it's, like, open world, so like you're just sailing the seas, go to an island, fucking do a mission, and then at any given point you could run into people. So like you could be doing a mission, your ship could be on fire. It takes like the damage is great too. Like
so it's just MMO.
Oh, 100%. Yeah, it's so much fun.
Okay.
So, like, your ship takes damage and it starts flooding, and you got one guy with a bucket just dumping water out of the ship, and you got another guy with, like, planks just, like, putting patches in holes.
But you're actually having to do all this to keep it from going
while
down.
they're fighting you.
Wow.
And while, like, maybe you're doing a mission. Like, if your ship sinks, game over. Like, you reset, and then you, like, go back to the spawn island.
With nothing.
Yeah. So, like, people will wait around the corner, like, let you do a mission, get all the good stuff, and then just board you.
See,
just
that sounds
destroy
horrible because everyone else has an advantage.
It's sort of like Black Wake.
Yeah.
But Black Wake isn't an MMO.
What's
It's that same concept. You have a boat, there's a captain, and there's people manning the boat.
So it's just single player?
No, it's online servers.
It's max 4-man teams or a crew. So, like, that's the most fun server. Like, unless you're a hardo and you, like, 1-man crews and you have a little dinghy and you're just, like,
okay, I get
destroying
it
people, but...
So the point is just see how far you can get until you die.
Pretty much.
Alright, that's pretty cool.
Yeah. So I would just get drunk. And, like, I'd be, like, stumbling around and throwing up on the boat, and they're, like, fighting skeletons, and I'd be like, ah! And then I'd take the boat, and I'd be driving, like, drunk in the game, and I'd be like, oh, no.
So your dude can just get drunk and throw up everywhere.
Yeah, pretty much.
That's hilarious.
If you just keep drinking, he'll eventually just, like, you won't be able to walk. You'll be, like, trying to move forward, and he's, like, stumbling to the right. You're just like, what the hell? And he throws up everywhere. I'd throw up on people. You can throw up on people. I'd run it Liam. Throw up on him.
You can what?
Quarantine gaming is
Sea of
good.
Thieves?
That was a nice little interlude.
Yeah.
We would hang out during the day.
It was guiltless video games.
It was.
Oh yeah.
You're like, I have to be home anyway.
Yep.
It
was
guiltless
amazing.
video games. That's a great way of describing it. That's accurate.
It's accurate. Sea of Thieves. Yeah, this game looks really neat.
It wasn't what it didn't live up to the hype.
Oh yeah.
But it is still a fun game.
Does anything?
I'm not excited for Cyberpunk anymore.
Why is that? I never was.
They just keep delaying it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I never really.
Did they delay it again?
I mean, December 12th, I think, something like that. It was supposed to come out in November. I think it was supposed to have already dropped.
Right, but
And
I think they officially released the actual announced date again or something. But yeah, it was delayed at least twice.
Maybe 3
It's been
times.
delayed for 5 years.
Yeah.
This game has been in development since I got Game Informer when I was in high school.
You serious?
Yeah.
What the heck? You can't tell if that's a good sign or a bad sign.
Cyberpunk. No Man's Sky was big collapse. Got too lofty.
Cyberpunk is gonna be another. Maybe it won't be, but it might be another No Man's Sky or Watch Dogs, where everyone got really excited for it, and it looked like the new GTA, and
8
then
years.
it wasn't.
8 years.
Wow.
Cyberpunk has been in development.
Wow.
But I love The Witcher. So
Same company?
same developers.
Oh shit. That might actually make it good.
Yeah, I'm that's why I'm hopeful. Because 8 years, while 8 years is a long time, like they must have put in a lot of work in the game, right?
My appeal is that it's a first-person shooter. Because I think The Witcher is really cool, but I generally, for some reason, like third-person games more. Then again, I played Shadow of Mordor and liked that a lot. So I can imagine The Witcher is like if you combine Skyrim and Shadow of Mordor, but with an actually good storyline.
Cyberpunk
Hopefully.
2077 received more pre-orders than The Witcher 3.
Well, yeah, I mean, it's been so hyped up.
It's won awards. It's not even a release game.
Well, because did you see what happened with the E3 trailer for Siege?
No.
At some point in your life, watch the E3
I
release
feel like maybe I have.
for Rainbow
but-
Six Siege,
Yeah.
and we look at it, and I was thinking, I saw this after the game came out, but I thought if I had seen this before it was released, I'd think this is next fucking gen gaming. This is next gen shit.
Yeah.
But it wasn't.
Exactly.
It still
Did
is
it-
quote unquote next gen in a way because of
Right.
the destruction system and everything that's very dynamic with the game and the guns and everything.
Did Siege get any awards
I don't
before
know.
it came out?
I don't know.
I haven't really even seen too much about Cyberpunk. I haven't watched many of the videos. I've maybe seen an
I
early
watched
trailer.
one video. I watched the newest trailer that came out for the official release as of like this month or something.
Yeah.
That's all I saw.
Yeah, I didn't see that.
So,
That's the only thing I've seen on it.
did you guys play Pokemon at all?
Not really.
A little bit.
James,
Okay.
James would know more than I would.
So, we're just kind of talking about like unreleased stuff and
Unreleased Pokemon?
essentially, so most, if not all games have betas, right? Like,
Mhm.
you don't have a finished product, it's a rough draft. So, like, for the sprites, they had ideas of, like, what they wanted to do, but, like, some of them are
Full
just...
screen that.
Okay.
Pokemon Diamond and Pearl Beta, all unreleased sprite comparison.
Right, so this is what the concept was, and this is how it turned out, essentially. And some of them are just complete, like, doodles. Like, some of them they had. Like, that was it. Like, that's barely changed.
Most of these are exactly the same.
I know. And then you get to, like,
Oh, yeah.
okay, a little
Wait, so
different.
this is released on the right.
Yes. Some of them just get really lazy. And then some of them are, like, already done, which, to me, just,
That
like...
one looked way cooler.
Yeah. That's a cool one. I'm actually... So my mom found my old, like, games and Nintendo DS. Like, everything.
Wow.
So I've been playing this for 2 days now. And it's so much fun. I mean, it's a good throwback.
Yeah, I barely remember some of these, but some of these are also so weird to see. That one's so cool to me.
Ooh.
Those
I don't-
legs. Little sticks.
They might have just, like, thrown some of these Pokemon in, like, at the last second. They were just like, we just need something real quick.
Yeah, what is that? It's wearing a hat. It's a crow with a hat. Why does it have a hat?
Per
Every single one of that species. Every single one. They're born with a hat.
They get a hat. You get a hat.
Are Pokemon born though, or do they just exist?
Wait. How
They are born. They are hatched in eggs. Yes.
all of them?
Yes. Probably not, but like, yeah, as far as I'm concerned, yeah. Like that one, totally different. Look at this.
Yeah. Wow, that one looks
Yeah.
cooler though.
What? You thought the
The one
red
on
one
the
was
right.
cool?
The one
Oh,
on the
okay,
right.
okay. That's a good one. Super Smash.
Okay.
Just a hippo.
Ew.
I kind of like the left one. That was okay. That's a crazy one.
Frog boy. Wait, that one on the left looked horrible. Wait.
Fish. Yeah.
No, whatever.
No, you got it. There it is.
Derek, how long is this video?
It's almost over.
Oh, interesting.
This is like towards the end, so these are like a little more rare Pokemon to get. That's a good one. Yeah.
Nice. What the fuck? Just had a big red ring.
Just-
What is that?
Ah, shit. What's it's just a ball of
gray.
energy.
Gray.
And, you know, they touch it up a little bit, like
Yeah. Some of them look really bad. Like, dude just had a ball sack for a chin, man.
no legs.
It's a ball chin
Yep.
right there.
Ball section. Looks nothing like the finished product. It's just
That's sick. Though.
something.
Hedgehog. What? Wait, that one was actually so cool. One on the left? That's just creepy.
Oh, that? Yeah, that's
Yeah,
like
we
the
made
god.
It look better, but
That's like Pokemon God. So like this one, this generation's cool because it's all about the creation of everything. So
where did the Pokemon come from?
that last Pokemon, Arceus, creates like everything. Is literally just God.
Wait, he created all the Pokemon.
Everything. All like so he
You can kill him with a
he,
Pikachu if you try hard enough.
He was the first Pokemon, and he created Palkia and Dialga, which are the two
The blue and the
blue and
white.
the pink.
Whatever.
Yeah.
Diamond and Pearl.
Yeah. So Palkia is space and Dialga is time. So Arceus created space and time through Pokemon who create space and time. And like Palkia doesn't even technically exist because it exists in multiple dimensions. Like it just hops dimensions.
What?
Yeah. So and then he also creates like 3 little Pokemon that are like emotions, wisdom. Yeah, it's just a deep concept. Pokemon always does have a strangely deep concept.
I didn't know it was that in depth. I thought they were
Yeah.
just like, these are weird animals, Pokemon.
Oh, no.
And I was like, yeah, Pokemon.
The new one is about a meteorite falling to Earth, literally threatening to kill everyone. And this person's trying to stop it. And, like, there's, like, a civil war that's infused into this story where this guy creates a super weapon and tries to destroy the world. And they're trying to bring back that super weapon to destroy the meteorite.
They gotta keep it interesting somehow. You know, it's not like people that are into Pokemon are just into these weird creatures and
They are, though.
And a lot of them are
No,
adults.
I mean,
That's
yeah,
true.
th-
Well, 'cause
there's
it
a
came
whole
out so long ago.
storyline behind it,
Mhm.
and like shows and games and lore.
1999, like 96. Which
Yeah,
one? And it's a
Yeah,
spin-off of a
yeah.
manga too.
yeah, that's yeah.
What?
Mm-hmm.
Whoa. Okay, so there's where your story comes from.
Initially, yes. I don't even think.
I
I
don't
think-
know about the whole.
Well, just
Like,
the
I don't-
universe.
Yeah, the universe. Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. I don't know if it went super deep.
Like from manga to Pokemon. But
Yeah.
but
yeah,
if the manga was deep or not.
I mean, yeah, I don't know too much about the manga,
Not that deep.
but I think it wasn't
Oh wait, maybe.
like
Sort of.
they also probably
2014.
made it in tandem with
Oh.
the other stuff that they were making.
Oh no, it's still going.
Yeah.
Oh, really?
Yeah, it's called Pocket Monsters in Japan,
Yeah.
which is true, because I have a
Pokemon.
Yeah.
Pocket Monster.
Pocket Monster. Yeah.
Wow, look at that.
Yeah.
That's so weird.
It's cool.
My friend got me the first edition of the manga. It was really cool. Like it's kind
Huh.
of it's a little darker. Like
Yeah.
stuff
It's a
happens.
manga.
Yeah. What's going on in the science world? See, there he is, Diego. Dead.
Sad.
It's just gonna be COVID stuff.
It's always just cool stuff. There's no more news.
News doesn't exist.
It's true.
If the news industry died, that'd be one of the best things that could happen.
Well, we were texting about the Curiosity discovery of like massive floods on Mars,
Mm-hmm.
which was cool. And then I didn't know that there's another one There's another like rover just already on its way.
Wait, to the... Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Because didn't
It's like Perseverance or
the
something. like that.
Curiosity
It's going to die.
dope out?
Not
some point.
yet, but it will.
Also, what is the James Webb... The James Webb Telescope is supposed to launch at some point, which
What's
is
that?
supposed to replace Hubble. And Hubble is our best telescope right now,
Yeah.
as far as I know. So it's supposed to... Because when did Hubble get launched? So long ago that
God.
this...
It was,
that this
wild.
telescope is now supposed to be a huge jump as
Yeah.
far as that one, because it's been so long.
Get it up there.
How long
It's-
is that? Because Hubble's pretty far out.
It's going to take the deepest space photos we've ever taken.
my God,
Because
nice.
it will be able to take even deeper than Hubble can. I don't know
Yeah.
how far Hubble is or how long it's been going. Is Hubble the newest?
Society would
Besides
be so
James
much
Webb.
the best one
fun
that we have.
if we actually like got excited about these things. You know, like not to, like there are people that get excited about our newest telescope going up.
Yeah.
But it's not like a world thing where everyone's like, "Holy crap!" Like,
Yeah, it just launches
let's
and
all
people are
check
like, "Did you
that
hear about
out. And
that?"
like, yeah, did you hear about that? Yeah, and
Yeah.
everyone's talking about it.
Yeah, but right now it's so sad. It's just, oh yeah, did you hear about that? People are like, no. If I told my mom about it, she'd be like, I didn't even know that was happening.
Mm-hmm.
It should be posted everywhere. People should start to realize, because it helps give them perspective of where you are. You're
Yes.
just on a planet in
Exactly.
the universe.
Like, I just think it creates less work for people consciously to like
It helps
actually
them understand their reality more.
Yeah, but some people like to kind of be blissfully innocent to it or ignorant. I'm
Blissfully
sorry.
ignorant to it, yeah.
Blissfully ignorant. Yeah. So creates a easier life for them because they don't have to deal with the existentiality of why am I here? What is this thing I'm standing on that's flying through outer space at thousands of miles per hour?
Yeah, because even if it doesn't give them the meaning of why they're there, it still gives them the understanding of where they are.
If we weren't curious about it, we wouldn't build the things that we do to probe space.
Hey, this...
I was thinking about it last night.
Go ahead.
Sorry, I
That's
just
okay.
kind of caught the end of that conversation.
It's okay.
And we really should not be looking to space. We shouldn't be trying to colonize Mars. We should be looking under the oceans
Yes.
Yes, we should.
and turning to Earth for the answer.
I do not disagree at all. I think it should be, like, hand in hand.
Or even, I don't know, I think the thing is that we're very concerned about an asteroid impact right now. And the justification, I feel, for us trying to jump to planets, based on the perspective of the people that are trying to do it, is we need to move because what if a big asteroid comes? But what if we split our money into going deeper into the ocean and then also building an asteroid defense system? So instead of building rocket ships to go into space and figuring out how to colonize Mars, you take all that money and funding that would be used and you put it towards asteroid repellent
Big
and
cannon
ocean
in
discovery.
the middle of the
A big cannon. It's a Mac cannon that fires a hot bolt of steel through the solar, just flying it thousands of miles per hour
We're really
into an
good at
asteroid.
building guns, you know.
That's
we
so
might
true.
as well just
You
launch-
blow it up,
that thing out of the sky!
yeah, you blow it up a couple 100,000 miles that way, and then we get debris from it probably,
Yeah.
and it fucks some
No,
shit
wait.
up. But at least
But
we don't
One
lose the
Punch Man
planet.
taught me.
But-
Exactly. You're just creating more debris. You're essentially turning a slug shot into a scatter shot.
That's true.
Yes, but it might at least it
But it
won't
softens
wipe
the
out.
blow.
It won't.
No,
wipe
it doesn't.
Yes, no, because
Dude,
if
they're
you
like
does, it
nukes
does.
going off.
Derek, you're thinking about it as if the asteroid's like in the atmosphere and then you shoot it. Like I'm talking, you blow it up when it's at Jupiter
Yeah.
or something dumb,
Right.
or farther than
Out-
that.
Out in space, you blow it up.
Yeah, because they're like, if we fire it now and then
And some of
give
it
it 30
should
hours
miss
for the projectile
Well,
to hit it,
meteors-
they do the math on it.
Meteors enter.
It's not that easy though. You can't just fire something into space and hit it, right? It's not that easy. It can't
I
be.
don't think it's that easy. And could you throw the Earth off its orbit if you built a cannon large enough to shoot down
Wait.
Can you
An
imagine,
asteroid
like,
near Jupiter?
everyone,
When
there's
you
like a
fire
national
that thing.
emergency. Everyone has to put in earplugs on this day because it's gonna blow everyone's eardrums out on the planet. They don't use them.
We just pack
Obelisk
it full
on
of
Mars.
gunpowder.
That
We're
totally,
like, we can
that
literally
totally
only
just
fire it once
reminded
because it
me.
will crush Australia.
It's gonna flood Japan if it's in the ocean. Just tidal
That's
waves.
horrible. Oh, that would be the best place to put it, probably in the ocean, so all the recoil
Pacific
could.
Ocean, yeah.
You could dissipate the
But
recoil
you're
better.
gonna drown Japan.
That's so
And
stupid.
Depends
you're
on
gonna,
where you put
and you're
it.
gonna break a tectonic plate
We should set it up
two.
to the next to the U.S. So if anyone drowns, the U.S. gets screwed.
That's fucked up.
But
Why
yeah,
the
it is.
US?
I
Wait,
don't know.
what?
I've fallen down a rabbit hole here.
I
I was on
We should,
Phobos
we should
Monolith.
put it in the South Pole.
Well, there's a side of the planet that you can look at, and the whole thing's just blue if you look at it from one
The
side.
Pacific Ocean.
Yeah, and I'm saying you just put it right in the middle of
Shit.
that
Yeah,
spot.
but you're still gonna drown Japan and possibly break a
You think the
tape.
cannon would have that much recoil?
You would have to have a pretty big fucking
How big
cannon
of a
to
cannon?
blow up
How
a meteor
how big
near
is the
Jupiter.
projectile? Right? How big is the projectile?
Okay.
You said a massive like steel round.
Your projectile is the size of the Empire State Building.
So
Would that stop an asteroid? I don't know.
That's a really good question. What if it just flies through the asteroid and just
What if
creates
it-
a hole in it?
What if it just bounces off? I mean, I guess you could throw the asteroid off orbit.
Wait, but do you know how big of you know how huge
Or
some
not even
asteroids
off
are?
orbit, but-
If there was
Yes.
an asteroid the size of the moon headed towards Earth, a projectile
So-
the size of the Empire State Building isn't going to do
I think they're
anything to that.
generally a bit smaller than the moon.
Well,
Maybe not.
I mean, I'm
Maybe not
talking worst
actually.
case scenario, like we're
Yeah.
totally. I mean,
Yeah.
even if it were,
Armageddon.
it doesn't even need to be that big to just wipe out the planet.
Right.
Yeah.
And it's a potential that it could be that big. I'm
So,
sure.
it's interesting. I just found an article about a meteor that was in Earth's atmosphere exploded. Those are called bolides, apparently. It exploded in the air over the Bering Sea, so nobody saw it, but it had the equivalent power of 10 nuclear bombs. It was 173 kilotons of TNT, which
That's mind blowing.
Hiroshima was 15 kilotons. It's the third largest meteor explosion in over 100 years, coming behind a 2013 explosion that was 440 kilotons. So based on that, it's funny because like the centers that detect these things in the atmosphere also detect nuclear. They're used to detect nuclear explosions in the atmosphere. So like any sort of nuclear explosion. It also detects earthquakes, volcanic eruptions, and bolides. But it's funny to me, like, it's a guy sitting there, he's like, holy shit! They're nuking the sky!
And then it's
yeah,
just,
they're
it's
just like
just a
freaking
meteor.
out. Oh my god, it's so powerful! What is it? And then they have to like sit there and I guess kind of figure it out. I don't know how. They do it.
You think there's just a panic in like a couple offices around the world for about 20 minutes as they just figure out what happened?
Maybe not like a panic because I don't think that's good business practice, but like they
But I
probably
get- I
sit
get- I
there
get
and
what you mean.
internally are like, please no, please,
Please
no,
no.
please. Yeah.
Like World War III. Is
NASA has logged 774 atmospheric fireballs since 1988.
Wow. That's sick.
World War III. Have you ever seen the movie Watchmen?
Yeah.
Yes.
Great film. Fantastic film.
That's a classic.
There's
It's
a
dark.
It is. There's a TV show now, and the TV show has been decent so far.
Oh, yeah?
I thought so. I think
Okay.
so. I haven't watched it a lot or consistently. So between episodes, I'm kind of like, what happened
Right.
before?
Maybe that's good because then you don't drown it out and then it becomes samey. Right?
Yeah.
Like you get to savor it.
Yeah.
So you guys want to stop an asteroid by shooting it.
I'm just proposing that as the first thing that comes to mind, but it's not. I
No,
don't
no,
think
no.
that's the solution.
No matter what the solution is to the asteroid, we should still be looking
Into the oceans and asteroid
Yes.
defense.
And, that's if an asteroid were to strike, let's just say mainland Europe, right? Those people could instead live in some sort of aquatic underdome and potentially be spared from imminent
An aquatic-
destruction.
An aquatic underdome.
Yeah, some type of like
Like the Gungans
like
from
marine dome, you know.
Yeah, the Gungans from Star Wars. If you just kind of
Yeah.
thought about that architecture in the sense where you just
Right.
have
Yeah,
tunnels with air pockets.
Yeah, even if it's just like a
How does a planet get
safety
water?
thing.
How does a
right?
planet get water?
Yeah.
Doesn't it come from space?
I mean, it comes from our atmosphere.
But I'm saying when a
But-
planet's forming, how does a planet get water? Water comes from space.
So
There's water in space.
Yeah.
Because if a planet has
I
to
guess
form
the
to
water
then
would
get
have
water.
to
how does
come
a
to the
planet
planet
get water?
before the planet can produce water. Right?
The planet doesn't
atmosphere-
produce
the
water.
atmosphere, I mean.
Water just is on a
the-
planet.
I mean the atmosphere.
Oh, before the okay, yeah.
Yeah.
Get a moon.
It's because eventually you have planets forming, but before that, there obviously were no planets. So at some point, that planet needed to have acquired all the water.
Mm-hmm.
I've never thought about this before. It's just like a no-duh thing. It's like, well, yeah, planets don't start, like planets have to form. They don't start with water, but where the heck, how does it accumulate? That's so strange.
Maybe frozen air particles at the
Like once an atmosphere starts to form, it like freezes
yeah.
and then
like I mean it freezes at the pole for sure.
Yeah.
Right? Like the poles of planets are cold. So maybe it freezes
dude.
there.
yeah. What
They
if
come
it
from
freezes and then when
comets.
it's in the Goldilocks zone, it's thawing, so then it just pours onto the planet.
Yeah, but where does I guess
So-
hydrogen would just have to combine with oxygen
So
in that cold area.
there's a
Yeah.
couple theories. There's a comet theory, which is interesting
Yeah.
because comets are known to contain ice. So,
So the Earth just had to get hit enough times. to
or just like
accumulate
be
water?
passed by at a low enough altitude to where,
Ice falls off. So
or becomes gaseous and then it's
into
trapped
the
by
atmosphere.
atmosphere. But that doesn't explain where the ice came from.
Well, if you look at planets like Pluto, the surface is essentially frozen. Now, not frozen with water, it's just so cold that it's so hard.
Mhm.
But is there not ice on Pluto? Or am I just wrong about that?
There's ice on Mars. There's ice on like plenty of objects in the universe.
Haven't we acknowledged
And
that
in our
ice
solar
just
system.
can. Or not ice, but. Water molecules can just exist in space?
Yeah, I mean asteroids
Have ice on
Ice
them.
on them,
Right,
yeah.
so
Yeah,
there's just has
Because
to be
it's
water
so
getting
cold.
stuck to things and then getting frozen.
and then
I mean it either it's already H2O or hydrogen and oxygen are attaching
And forming bonds.
and forming bonds.
it's just
So if you have a
very
planet
lucky.
forming and it's just a really huge surface to catch
Hmm.
all of this, and then it just
Yes.
so happens to be in a Goldilocks zone in which it's not too hot, not too cold, it can start thawing this ice that's forming, which then turns into water that settles on the planet.
Mhm.
That's my theory.
Yeah.
And then also through
Mars
and then also
was
through the
probably-
methods Derek said.
Mars was probably an Earth-like biome, right? Like it probably had at least water.
What if
and
we
land.
really did come from Mars? I know that's a big
I mean,
jump. It's like
Yeah.
there's almost no real evidence to actually say that.
right?
But people
We may
joke about
have-
it all the time.
We also could have just come from an asteroid,
Yeah.
right? I think
Well, not
one of the-
humans, but I see what you're saying.
well,
Like human,
right? Like
our-
the
single-celled ancestors
yes,
or whatever
yeah,
the heck.
yes,
Or microorganisms or something.
Water existed on Earth 3.8 billion years ago.
And the Earth is how old? 4.4 billion years old?
That's what takes
Something along the lines. I don't know.
600 million years?
I'd really have to dig deep into it.
Took about 600 million years for water to develop.
Why are we not developing water with Mars or Mars with water? Right? Why not just take some of our ocean because we have a lot of ocean, and we have a potential flood.
We have a flooding
Right, so-
potential flooding problem anyway, so we just move that water.
Just suck up the water.
Take
Take it
just
to Mars.
suck up the water.
Build a
take it to
big
Mars.
space vacuum.
Like from Spaceballs.
Yes.
And you just suck up all the
And
water.
you just suck up all the water.
But that's
And you put it on Mars. And then in 3.8 billion years, life will form.
But for
Crazy.
every pound that you send into space, it apparently costs you thousands more dollars for every pound.
Hey man, just make space flight and space travel free. Make
But you see,
everything
the irony
free.
is if we're trying to get to another planet, we have. Well, no. I see
It's
your
just
point.
all
Like, I don't-
weird
yeah.
because no matter what
It's a joke.
sort
You
of
can't
like
make it.
Yeah, you can't. I know.
scientific thing we're uncovering, it's all like deadly accurate. Like
Like,
it has to be scientifically accurate to work. The numbers have to be right.
if you're trying to send a rocket to Mars, it has to be precise.
No, for life on Earth.
Oh, for
Or
life on Earth, sorry, yeah.
but yes, for that too. Like,
But for life on, yeah, that's so true.
But even more precise, just to create the physical environment, to create existence. It's all precise math.
That's why I think the non-physical existed first. And then once whatever being or beings that is the spiritual consciousness figured out how to make the physical, because it's a god as far as we're concerned. Because God is non-physical and then God made physical. So whatever
So then-
creator does it starts as non-physical.
The non-physical made the Big Bang.
Yeah.
Yes. That's
Yes.
that's
I
a
think- yeah.
And then it said,
that's
I'm going
plausible.
to, because if it's all knowing or so knowing beyond our comprehension, it could essentially make an explosion, but map it so that certain things will occur. And then it also sets the rules for the way like gravity works and light and all these things. And it can decide it decides how the physical world works.
yes.
So then it decides, I'm going to send it out like this, kind of maybe a little bit of a predetermined route to get to, I know that if I do this in a million years, at least this one thing will happen. So I'll give a jumping off point.
Yeah,
I'll make it so
well-
my first planet will form and I'll go from there.
The same way a video game developer sets the physics of a video game.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Same concept. Like gravity exists the way it does mathematically for a reason. Everything exists for a reason. I'm pretty sure something can't come from nothing.
I mean, yeah.
Like there has to be an exchange. There has to be.
Well, then how do you explain that something had to always be? If something had to always
Because-
be, then it's possible to create something from nothing.
Existence is relative to the constraints of your reality.
Right, but we're not talking about our reality that's designed. It's just we can't think of or comprehend the outside reality because we're limited to our reality.
Right.
So I think in my view, I can't disagree with the idea that something had to always be. Because God had no beginning and end. And if God didn't create us, and let's just say the Big Bang is really the beginning of everything, that thing had to be before anything else was.
Right. Well, something had to be in order for the Big Bang to be. Like,
Or however we got here. Something had to
Or,
already
like-
be for us to be here.
right. Like the same way.
It's weird.
It's like you have to strike a match to cause it to light on fire. You can't just spontaneously light a match on fire, and if it appears like you're doing that, you're just doing a trick to get the same process. Like magic is real.
But that match is lit within time, right? Time is going by while you're lighting that match.
Yeah, maybe I'm not understanding
the-
your point.
The
Maybe
creator.
that's just me.
My point.
I think whatever created the universe, assuming that something did create our universe, our reality, would have to exist outside of time.
Yes.
Right.
So
time.
it's not that
Okay.
it came before the universe. It just it just is.
It just
Right,
it
right,
just
doesn't even
right.
the
necessarily
universe
exist.
began. It decided to begin the universe. It's the same way of just in a simulation, kind of just hitting run.
Right, exactly.
Like it's all set up. You set it up in a framework, and it's not running yet. And then you hit run, and the system runs.
Right. And I think the idea that the thing... Yeah, no, that makes perfect sense. I think the idea that the thing was there always, whatever it was, is so beyond our comprehension. And I think for for that thing to just then be able to create a physical world. Because how can if you've always been non-physical, how can you even comprehend the idea of physical? And that just shows the power of whatever is responsible for us being here. Is it could take the idea of something that it's never known but somehow knows, and create a physical world that we now dwell in.
Well,
It's so strange.
like AI and virtual reality and all of those things are kind of interesting because we're getting around to doing it.
We still don't know if it's. I want to say, like James has always said, we still don't know if it's actually possible, and I will agree with that.
Yes.
However,
I will too.
I
think that's
would not be surprised if we were able to do it.
Yeah. It's very realistic to say we can't do that because
we don't know.
It's God tier kind of manipulation.
Yeah.
Until it's been done, then we
don't
can
know.
know that we can do it. But for now, we don't know.
We've done a lot of things. We've completely sequenced the genomes of not only ourselves but other animals.
We've got designer
ways
babies.
of life. We have the capacity to like tinker with genomes,
yeah.
and play around with literally the existence of other species.
Yes.
We can clone. There is a place in, I believe, South Korea that is attempting to clone a woolly mammoth, and they've already like successfully cloned dogs and.
So what, are they just going to use DNA from mammoth?
Right.
Like mammoth, not fossils, but remnants of mammoths, and then mix it with elephant DNA?
Yes, but you need complete DNA, and the problem is the tissue samples they have, like, I guess haven't been enough.
But can't you just do with it in Jurassic Park? I'm just wondering, and substitute it with elephant.
You would put it. Yes, you would
fill the missing pieces with elephant DNA. Is that even possible?
I'm pretty sure an elephant can hold a woolly mammoth in utero. Like, I think they would just artificially inseminate, or whatever they do. Like, I don't even know. But that's kind of the thing.
I don't think the woolly mammoth can then bear children.
No,
have kids.
I don't think it would be able to.
It's going to be sterile.
No.
Yeah, it's going to be sterile.
I guess we could do it, but
yeah,
you're not like bringing a species back to life. We've killed off so many things.
Well, would it be sterile? I would think it would be sterile, but what if it's not for some reason?
You're not.
I mean, donkeys are sterile, so I'd have to assume.
But that's you crossbreeding, not resurrecting. It's weird.
Right, but it's still sort of a crossbreed, right? If you're putting woolly mammoth DNA into,
or you're putting elephant DNA into woolly mammoth.
Well, I mean, you're inseminating the elephant with the woolly mammoth.
Oh yeah, that's so true.
Yeah.
That's a very good point. I see
that's
that.
a whole nother science that.
So maybe they can patch some DNA with the elephant DNA just through insemination, but it would. I think if too many things are missing, it either would just not be born, right? It would just be miscarried, or it would come out pretty messed up.
Huh. Well, listen, I'm gonna hop off here.
Don't hop off.
Why?
Log off.
Log off.
Rock off.
Rock off.